Okay, I'm going to teach you how to increase your odds of lucid dreaming. The way I like to look at reality, heck, the way I like to look at life is through odds. If you can put the odds in your favor, then you're only ever going to increase the chances of anything happening, any outcome that you want to experience within life. That way of looking at odds has been, I think they call it a staple for my existence so far, because it has worked wonders for me within my life. And I kind of thank it too, because without me realizing this, I wouldn't have come up with these ways, really, really, of lucid dreaming. And so these 4 techniques, they're quite simple, they're quite easy, and they deal with things that you often see within your environment. For example, numbers, okay? You see numbers everywhere, right? You see them on billboards, you see them on number plates, you see them when you go to the store and you go to purchase goods. You see numbers everywhere. Right now I'm seeing a whole bunch of numbers on my Canon camera. I'm also seeing the word Canon, which kind of ties into this method, because all of what I'm seeing right now is behaving accordingly, because I'm awake, I'm right here, right? Whereas whenever I'm in a dream, numbers and words act sporadically. They don't behave properly at all. And so with this method, I call it the notepad method. You buy yourself a brightly colored notepad. It can be bright green, bright pink, it can be bright purple. Just make sure that you can put it within the back pocket, of your jeans. Mainly because if it's back there and you get used to it being there, whenever it's not there, you're gonna freak out a little bit. Where's my notepad? This will help further increase your chances of becoming aware that you're in a dream state, because you would have ended up carrying that sense of feeling into your dream. It will always feel like you've got a notepad in your pocket, and when it doesn't, you're gonna be like, wait a second, I must be dreaming, because it's not in my back pocket. I guess this is 5 ways of triggering a lucid dream, but the 4 specific ways, they're more relevant. They're more relevant toward increasing your odds. And so what you do is you open up the notepad and you put down the number 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 5, 6. And you close it, you put it in your back pocket. Then throughout the day, you take out that notepad and you look at the numbers. Now, you only put 1, 2, 5, 6. Don't put any affirmations like you're dreaming or anything like that. That's too much for the consciousness to handle, to bear. It's going to become very complicated for you to realize that you're in a lucid dream when you have so many things to do like that. It might not sound like a lot, but trust me, an affirmation, writing it on your hand, you're dreaming, that takes up a lot of mental power for your mind to realize that. And so by just putting those numbers, it's far more simpler for you. You're looking at those numbers. All I want you to do, this is in real life. You open your book, you look at the numbers. Are they behaving accordingly? Are they shaking? Are they back to front? Are some numbers missing? No? Okay, I guess I'm not dreaming. Then you put the notepad back in your back pocket. Do that a couple of times a day. And then, when you're in a dream, you'll find yourself taking out that notepad, looking at the numbers, and thinking, wait a second, first off, where are the numbers? Or why are they upside down? Why are they at the corner of the page when I put them specifically in the middle? And so that'll just further prompt you into realizing that, wait a second, I'm dreaming. And then you're in a dream, and then you can go out and you can venture and play within the dream. The awesome thing about this is the fact that because it's number related and writing related, whenever you're in a dream, you'll find yourself looking around anyway, and say a number plate catches your eye, you'll automatically find yourself doing the same process. Are those numbers acting accordingly? No, wait, they're shaking. They look back to front. I guess I must be dreaming. So now cars become your trigger method. Not only cars, but also highway signs become your trigger method. You're looking at them thinking, wait, I'm not in L. Why is the A upside down? Stuff like that. I must be dreaming. Then you'll find yourself in a lucid dream. And so this one method, it really does increase your odds drastically because of how all these things are always around you. The second trigger method that will increase your odds of experiencing a lucid dream is to, whilst you're in 3D, you look around on your street, and look for cars. Then I want you to notice the fact that these cars still have their doors attached to them, which is quite commonplace if you're in Europe. If you're in a hot country, or even in a hot state of the USA, such as Florida, it's quite commonplace to remove your doors off of your vehicle, and that's legal over there. I remember seeing that for the first time. I was quite shocked. And I kept thinking about that person falling out of their vehicle if someone hit them. It's not very safe from how I'm seeing it. But if you live in a country where it's not commonplace, then I want you to look at these cars and say to yourself, wait, they have doors. I guess I'm not dreaming. That way, when you're inside of a dream and you see cars without any doors, you'd be like, wait a second, I must be dreaming because that doesn't happen around here. And there are a lot of cars within your dreams, right? Sometimes you're even driving cars within your dreams. So can you imagine stepping up to a car to drive and realizing that the door is missing? I must be dreaming. And then you can go on out throughout the dream. The third way of increasing your odds is by altering how your mind works, essentially. It's not as hard as it sounds. All you got to do is, when you blank out, and you catch yourself like, oh, I was just blanking out, what's going on, right? Well, I want you to do that. And then only this time around, I want you to blank out. By accident, of course, don't try to blank out. It's when you find yourself blanking out, I want you to snap out of it and instantly go to, wait a second, am I dreaming? Make that a habit. Every time you just find yourself zoning out and snap back in, wait a second, am I dreaming? This is altering how your brain works under those circumstances. And so when you find yourself in a very similar state, a very similar unconscious state during your dream cycles, you'll be like, wait a second, I'm dreaming. And again, this will increase your odds because of how it's altering how you respond to an unconscious state. And my fourth last piece of advice on lucid dreaming would be to get excited about your dreams. When you wake up in the morning and you get excited about a dream, you want to dream even more, right? You want to go back into the dream. For some of you, it's quite easy. All you got to do is close your eyes, feel how you feel that emotion that had been carried out of that dream, if you're having a good dream. And then you'll find yourself slipping back into it. Only this time around, you'll bring more awareness to the dream because you've already been awake. And so what this does is that it reconditions your mind into a different state of lucidity. But you're constantly going into your dreams morning after morning with a little bit more awareness, which will only further increase your odds, obviously. And so with that, I want to touch on lucidity for a little bit. You see, you don't have to be fully aware in order to experience a lucid dream. You can be a little bit aware and be able to deal with your psyche, your subconscious mind, to quite an extent. To be able to notice things, to be able to interpret your dream from the inside out. But if you want to be able to move things with your mind or fly, you need full-blown awareness because you need to control the construct of the dream. Okay? There are many levels of lucidity. And if you learn how to do these 4 triggers, you'll often change the dynamic of how your brain operates to the extent of which whereby you'll be pretty much somewhat lucid throughout the entirety of the year. I must have went at least 3 years without actually completely falling unconscious because of how many ways I found myself being lucid during my dream states. And I got a lot out of it because of that. So I'm Ryan James Cropper. Try these out for a little bit. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. I'll speak to you all pretty soon. Peace.